Welcome back to the Empire Grappling Invitational. This is the main event. This is an under 80 kilograms contest and is sponsored by Progress Jiu-Jitsu. Introducing to you first, out of the blue corner, fighting out of East Coast Jiu-Jitsu Academy. He is an IBJJF World No-Gi Champion, Ellis Younger. His opponent, out of the red corner, fighting out of Grand Union. He is one of the best submission grapplers on the scene in the UK right now. Jed Hue. Mr. Carl K.
So I'd quite confidently say these are probably the two best brown belts in the country. Like, I don't think there's much argument with that at the minute.
Another member of the pink short crew, we see Tyrese Cunliffe and Sam Quinn in the corner of Jed Hue.
Yeah, this will be an interesting match. They kind of fought to some extent to a stalemate on Grapplefest.
The speed on Jed's inversion there is impressive.
Yeah, Ellis is very, very wise.
He is.
Very, very game to this. I kind of admire that whilst his focus to some extent is mainly being on IBJJF.
Excellent leg entry there from Jed.
Yeah, Jed's in on saddle, so I'm going to pause. Lovely entry. He's in on the straight footlock variation. He's trying to use that to take the back. Yeah, as I was saying, Ellis mainly has been focusing on kind of building a name for himself in IBJJF as of kind of the last few years, but he's kind of coming out of his comfort zone more and more and kind of competing in these submission only shows. Competes on Grapplefest quite a lot, competed on the first Empire Grappling Invitational all those years ago as well. I'm just in awe. I have words to say, but like the anticipation of this. So yeah, Ellis is trying to maintain kind of his foot on the inside, his foot on the hip. It kind of makes it a little bit more difficult to pass, and he's got a nice reverse de la Riva as well.
I think the difference you see between these two competitors and perhaps some of the earlier matches in the bout is just the level of focus from the outset. There's no teething period with these two. They are straight into the action. No,
this is what these guys do. Like, top class competitors. This isn't the last time you're going to see these guys fight. They're a very similar age, a similar weight. This is going to be fought out in gi, in no gi, over and over again. This is a budding rivalry. Jed traditionally has kind of built a name for himself with leg locks mainly. He's kind of the protege of Ross Nichols to some extent, but
really been carving out his own path recently. I mean, I think he came up a little with Ross, but recently I think Jed is making his own strides for sure, and working with people like Tyrese, you know, the next generation. I think that's a legacy that I'll definitely be keen to keep an eye on.
Yeah, 100%. Ellis with a lovely kind of triangle attempt, and he's trying to transition to an omoplata. He bails on it. He's very wise. He knows when he's got a bite on these submissions and when he's not. And
there's no hanging on here.
No, and sometimes going for submissions, as we spoke about earlier, opens up guard passes, and Ellis will be very, very keen.
Jed looking extremely strong physically here. If you look at his legs, you know, he's really been putting in the work.
Yeah, Ellis cleared the knee line beautifully there. So Jed had a very nice bite, as you'd expect, but Ellis cleared the knee line.
If you have tuned in for this match, please do consider donating to the crowdfund online. This is a professional event, but run at a loss, so we could do with your support if we want to run more of them.
That was a beautiful entry from Ellis. So he had it's flashed me by, but I think he kind of had like the Berimbolo style entry and was trying to set the back. Then he tried to use it to come to a knee cut. Jed favouring the Kimura trap system now and trying to use that to pass. Ellis is so dexterous.
The flexibility and the dexterity of the legs is unbelievable.
Yeah, for both guys.
But then the speed of Jed's passing, that roll over the top is really working well for him here. Yeah,
whilst Jed, like I was saying earlier, whilst Jed's known for leg locks, his game's super well-rounded.
Yes.
Look at the beautiful leg lock entry, but he's got a wicked dart, as he proved on Polaris. You can see that he's favouring the Kimura trap system as well. This is it's beautiful jiu-jitsu. Again, he's trying to get in on the leg, maybe for a knee bar here. Ellis is wise and trying to counter with a crab roll to the back, crab ride, sorry, to the back.
They're both really, really efficient with when to bail out. You know, when to give up and not lose position, and to reset and try another day.
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes left, and this is fairly even, to be honest with you, like positionally, fairly even. We've had a couple of submission attempts, but not hugely deep, so like one moment could change the result of this. Like literally a deep submission attempt will obviously trump everything, but a sweep into mount or get in the back or passing the guard, it'll be big in this. Jed bringing his hands on the inside. As I said before, the floor's lava. Everyone who's done jiu-jitsu for more than 6 months knows that. Ellis with a beautiful sweep, and Jed tried to counter by entering the legs off the back of it, and now he's back on top.
Tyrese Cunliffe encouraging Jed to push that pace.
He has control of that leg, which is interesting. He'll try and bring a reap over the top or go to Asher. Ellis prevented it very nicely. Ellis is so well-rounded. He's such a good grappler. He kind of knows what Jed's going for. It's a question of can Jed's offense be quicker than Ellis's defense? This is super well matched. As I said, this is one that's going to play out. The sandbar from Jed, not quite there.
I think if either of these are going to tap to anything, it's going to have to be nearly close to breaking. You know, they're not going to tap to anything. Yeah,
100%. It's interesting though, because that quick sandbar, whilst not ridiculously dangerous, is probably the most significant thing that's happened so far, if I'm honest.
He did have to defend it.
Yeah, Ellis is trying to do the same entry we've seen a lot tonight here. He's putting his foot on the hip, bringing his knee on the inside and trying to go to K-guard and that Lachlan entry we saw at ADCC. He's bailed on that and gone to full guard now. He's still got control of that leg though.
Both competitors very keen to keep this fight in the middle. They are not interested in the cage whatsoever. And was that reset out of choice, or was that a referee mandate?
It was out of choice. These guys want nothing to do with the cage. No. Ellis had a very, very nice control of Jed's wrist then, and I thought he was trying to set up a triangle. Jed knows here it's difficult, and both guys have competed on GrappleFest before. Ellis was unfortunate very recently, we'll say, and he was very dominant in his match, and it looked like he was working on his wrestling to some extent, and he got caught in a guillotine which he had to defend, and even though he was very positionally dominant, he lost. So I think they're both hyper aware and looking for subs. They know it's super, super even right now, and anything could change the result of this match. We've got a minute and a half left, and the most significant thing has been like an armbar on the shoulder, the sandbar as we call it at Stealth. So Ellis has got an underhook here. He's got his knee inside. He's probably going to come up on top and start trying to knee slice pass. He has. He's got a leg drag here with the foot on the inside, which is quite a nice position. He's also got an underhook. Jed's very wise to this. He's keeping hold of the leg and not letting Ellis knee cut.
It's a really complex leg entanglement that we're working with there, with Jed really trying to heavily stop that knee slice.
Yeah, 100%.
But the level just of both of these young men is phenomenal.
Yeah, the crossface and underhook that Ellis is taking here, he's really taking away Jed's power. So here we see a false mount, I believe. No, a false half guard, we'll say. So it's not a false mount. So this is half guard, but the wrong way round. It looks like half guard, but it's not. You can take mount from here, not easily, but more easily than you can from half guard.
Only 5 seconds left on the clock. I would not want to be the judges on this one.
Me neither. This is tough to call. I feel for the judges again. Very, very high level match. You can see this. Very similar to GrappleFest, if I'm honest. The stalemate is so evenly matched.
Again, I want to see 20 minutes.
Can somebody? It might be us. We may do this. No time limit. If they're both willing,
lock the cage.
Yeah. When the fans are back, we may try and do this no time limit. If we can't, can someone else do it, please? We just love grappling. We're gonna go for the result now.
What a great main event. Your winner by unanimous decision In the red corner, Jed Hue.
Incredibly close match. I think literally the armbar is what swung it. Ellis had a dominant position towards the end where he was very close to getting mount, but Jed had a couple of close-ish kind of leg entries, not really what I'd consider dangerous, but then the armbar was the most dangerous thing.